Good afternoon. It is May 15th on a Friday during this shelter in place. And we're going to be finishing up Heroes and Villains Week with Hela from Thor, the comic, as well as Thor Ragnarok. Hello, Maya. All right. So I'm going to be using what I've always been using since the shelter in place began, which is a General Pencil Company Kimberly 4B. It's the pencil I share with all my students, whether they be in my intro class all the way up to my advanced AP classes. I'm going to be using a Prismacolor kneaded eraser in the shape of a teardrop, my trusty Butterfly Originals hand sharpener, my high polymer eraser by Pentel, and an Office Depot cut red pink eraser. So we're going to be using this whole space here, and we're going to be drawing Hela, who is the goddess of death. Hi, Kim. Oh, Kirsten. Oh, hey, how you doing? All right, so we're going to be using this space here. We're going to draw first a circle for her head, okay? And then we're going to elongate this by making it look kind of like an egg shape, an upside down egg shape, just like so. And this is the methodology I teach all my students how to draw, kind of like the placeholder for the human head. So we're going to draw a vertical line dividing her head almost in half. This is going to be kind of almost a 3/4, not quite though. Drawing, and then we're going to have her eyes and head kind of tilted down. So we're going to draw kind of a curved line here, dividing this shape in half. Okay. All right. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to figure out what kind of eyes we're going to make for her. So we're just going to, I'm going to give her kind of a sinister kind of expression on her eyes. She's the goddess of death. Hello, Zane. Thank you for sharing your work with me via Instagram, brother. I'm going to give her more of a pointed nose. Again, placeholder. And she has, I gotta say, Kate Blanchett did an amazing job capturing the real essence of a villain. I mean, she did such an amazing job. Who knew, right? So right now we're just going to give her kind of full lips, and those are going to be placeholders again. So the next thing that we're going to do, she has this elaborate headdress, and I don't know, I'm going to try my best to represent and create something that is similar to that kind of look that she brought to the screen. But man, I tell you, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it justice. It's such an amazing costume. So I'm going to give some notes here as to where this information is going to live. Give her a neck. And then we're going to kind of fill up. She's wearing this kind of elaborate, I don't know if it's a mask or what is it. It's quite elaborate though. I'm going to give her some defined cheekbones. And because this is such a small kind of portrait, I'm going to keep it like so. Okay. All right. Now, the headdress. So we're going to have her kind of just slightly tilted Hola a todos los artistas de... ¿What? ¿Cómo? Ay, Dios mío, Samaya. Ay, Dios mío. So we're going to tighten that up a little bit. Pull that a little bit tighter to her head. And then on this headdress, she's got all these horns and stuff like that. So we're going to start with the ones that are going to be closest to her skull. So those are going to be the ones almost near the ear line. And we're going to do some references some reference lines so that we're not getting too crazy. And these lines are going to help me with like where things end to begin. You know what I mean? So we're going to go down here. And go up. Okay. This is going to take a while, folks. Because there's just so much information. And then we have these coming down. I got to do these kind of around the same time, on the same level. Right? And these are going to go out pretty far. Okay. Alright. Okay. And then the next horns, they come down really close to those. Right. And then they go up and over. Up and over. Okay. Then we have two here. Come up. And they go out. Two up here. They go up. And they go in. Again, these lines are just helping me figure out where things are going. Alright. Checking my proportions. Not bad. Not bad. They kind of remind me of antlers. The goddess of death. I honestly don't know how they created this costume. It's incredible. One. And then these guys kind of go out. Go down. And then back up. if you haven't already noticed, this is where I'm going to be spending most of my time. Alright, boom. And we have change that angle. There we go. Just like so. Last but not least, extremely menacing. It's really hard not to smudge. Alright. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friday. I just finished a really fun Zoom meeting with my colleagues from the VAPA department. So thanks guys for spending some time with me today. Of course they're not watching, because, you know. Makes sense for them not to at this point of the day. Most people are finishing up for the week. Their work. So we're going to spend some time now kind of working on the details of our Goddess of Death's face. I'm going to switch pencils. And we're going to work on her eyes. Put in her eyebrows. She has really, I don't know how she got eyeliner, but she does. So we're going to give her that. Shadow too as well. Okay. Darkening all these little spots around the face. next thing is we're going to give our Lady of Death some shadow underneath her chin, on her neck. Lengthen that neck a little bit. Okay. All right. So we'll come back and shade all this later. I want to get to the kind of the nitty-gritty of where we're going to put pose-wise Our Lady of Death. So what you can do, we're going to do torso and hips. All right? I'm going to figure out her position here. What we want her to do. You want her to be menacing, but not uneffeminate. You know what I'm saying? So I do these kind of like just searching lines for right now to figure out where her hands are going to go proportionally. Yeah, just like that. So I usually make the trapezoidal shape like this, like almost like a horse hoof. That's going to be, it's going to kind of, you know, hold where the hand parts are going to go, the fingers and the thumb right here. I think her costume, this part, Alex, good question. I think this part was all CGI, possibly. But I think her physical costume, the one that she actually wore, I think that's actually real. So. So we're gonna boom, boom, boom. She has this kind of neck piece with exposed shoulders. Alright. It kind of connects right here. Which in turn is connected to like a cape thing. So I kind of want to give her this like kind of a casual look, a disarming look. Let's put there, yeah, there we go. Just like so. I wanted her to be kind of strong looking, but again not, oh my gosh, she's so buff. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Seat Pillow. You have a lot of teacher memes on your on your feed. You must be a student. Maybe a student I know. I don't know. So we're giving her kind of a relaxed kind of look about her. Okay, she's just coming from taking out some folks. I don't know yet. I haven't quite decided yet. So basically, I'm just kind of putting in some of the details right now that I want to include. Referring to her costume. But a lot of the stuff I haven't necessarily included yet. Allora, it's a little dark. Yeah, there we go. Trim that shoulder down, get rid of some of those searching lines. Trim that shoulder down. Boom. Boom. I want to make her T-buff. Those fingers look a little weird. And I think that's too long. We will push that up a little bit closer. Yeah, that's better. Wow. This is the problem with using pencils that have really sharp edges from shading. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now that I have kind of like my composition figured out, I can start going in and figuring out what else I want to include. Oh yeah, and she has these crazy greaves on her. I go all the way up here and down, end here, cut in here, cover this part, and then, I broke a pencil. Arr, arr. Christian Jimenez, how are you? Alright, so there we go. Including all this information. And then she's got these weird things, yeah, that kind of come in here. We're going to put those up here. Well, can't really do it. All right. Oh yeah, that's gotta be smaller. Alright. Now, I can spend a little time shading. So we're going to go back up to the top and shade a lot of these bad boys in. We're going to make the light source come in from the right. I'm just going to slowly start building these up. Piece by piece, it all come together. Hey, Emily. It's nice how people pop in and then pop out and pop back in. Sometimes these live draws can be really long, so totally get it if you can't stay the whole time. Especially on a Friday, you know? I get it. It's a beautiful day outside. I've been seeing a lot of pictures of Carmel River for my students. It looks amazing. So we're going to get rid of some of these searching lines and clean those up. Clean up some of these edges. Just like so. So this week was superheroes and villains, and then next week is going to be creature feature, meaning not horror flick movie monsters and things like that, but actual, wildlife. More Wild Kingdom than anything. Not scary monster movie animals and things like that. So I'm going to be going through and kind of darkening certain sides. Don't worry, I'm not going to go crazy today necessarily with the shading. I don't know, her headdress really reminded me of the kind of the height and the design period in the samurai helmets and the Meiji period in feudal Japan. It's just fascinating. There we go. Match that. There we go. I'm not Japanese, but I appreciate the armor of the samurai. Beautiful. I like artwork. Sculptural pieces almost. Alright. Okay. A scary looking character, yeah? Okay, so we're just gonna do a universal shading job just to show and block in her costume, where it's gonna be dark versus light. Blocking this all in with like a middle value, just so we can see, yeah, where it is. And even all this is covered up. There goes my dog. When you become a dog owner, you forgive a lot. You forgive the animal. And you forgive the people who cause your animal grief. You try. You try. It's hard, but you do. You do your best. But, like I said, it can be hard. Alright, so we're going to work our way from left to right. We're going to define all this stuff here as best we can. I'm going to use value shading to do a lot of the heavy lifting when it comes to her costume. Okay. Show some musculature, etc. Right there. gonna just kind of move as quickly as we can. 'Cause today I started late because like I said, I had a meeting, a department meeting today. But doesn't mean I can't participate for today in today's lesson / tutorial / draw. So this is going to conclude today's superhero and villains week. Again, next week's going to be all about the animals that walk the earth. Creature feature. So I'm just filling in the dark values of our character here in her costume. Some values are going to be darker than others. Okay. Oh, Lord. Da, da, da. too deep in that because I have to fill in all these values first. So I'm using a combination of different mark making techniques. I'm using distant grip as I'm filling these things in. I'm using a bunch of different techniques. To create even contrast as I'm going through this shading process, because it is a black costume. So I'm using some cheats, as in like, not necessarily putting in all the information, or not darkening every value. Because if I did that, then you wouldn't see her. All the different details. Wah! And he drops a pencil. Slippery little suckers. Hello, Wesley. Alright, so I'm moving quickly as I'm going through this. Okay. And I'm having to simplify some of the things I'm doing. Just because of time. I'm losing time. One thing we humans will never beat. Time. Or death. Alright, so I'm going to finish filling in these values. And then we'll be done. Thanks, Wes. Cole and Josiah still insist on me drawing them. I'm not gonna draw two stick figures. It's beneath me. Thanks, Wesley. How are you doing, man? You okay? Good. I miss talking to you, brother. There we go. So we're just gonna fill this in. As best we can. I'm gonna go really dark right there. More pressure as I'm fading things in. There we go. Good deal. I hope your parents are doing well. Wesley, you're very nice parents. Okay. We're going to go through and erase some of these searching lines and reference points as best we can. Looks like we have a little bit of time, so I'm going to use that to kind of give her some shadows behind her. And gradate them out. The key is, again, just experiment, play around, have fun, make messes, make mistakes. Hi, Ange. How you doing? How's Hawaii? I'm coming back to mainland anytime. Should I come back home, huh? I'm just going to do light shading on this side. Where is that? What is that? I have no idea. Light. Okay. Well, pretty quick draw of probably the most badass enemy of Thor we have ever seen. And I want to thank you all for those of you joining me today and during the week. We will be back at this on Monday around 12 o'clock, hopefully, depending on if I get caught up in some stuff like grading. We're winding down the year, and my last live draw for this school year is going to be on June the 5th. So I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a great weekend. Get outside. The weather's going to be really nice. And I'll see you again on Monday. Talk to you guys later. See ya.